Hello everybody. In continuation of my previous session where I was discussing about abstraction with the help of one UML diagram. So this is the UML diagram basically which you can see on the screen. So here exactly what we are doing is, so I am basically working with one university, that is G.B. Pant University of Agriculture and Technology. So I am basically an employee of that university. But I am working for one college of this university, that is Technology College. So my intention is that there can be a number of people like me. They can also work for a number of different universities, either in India and abroad. So there can be a system where after entering the name, one person can go and retrieve their core methods. So here basically just focus on this part. What I'm trying to do is, this is an abstract class GBPAT employee. So this abstract class, since this is an abstract class, so we cannot create the object of this abstract class, but this abstract class can refer these two concrete classes. So with the help of this abstract class reference, I can invoke the method of these two concrete classes, any of these two concrete classes. So basically what happens, this abstract class is having one parameter, minus sign shows here that it is a private parameter name of type string. So every employee will be having a name. So this abstract class is having one method. Basically you can say constructor, which takes the parameter of type name. So every employee will have the name. So this name will be common for this technology college, agriculture college, for if there are a number of classes. Simply there is, so this is defined inside this abstract class. Another is, this is an abstract method, means this is not defined, only it is declared. This calculates salary, because based on the college, salaries may be different. So every concrete classes will define the salary according to their norms. So this technology college may have different salary compared to the agriculture college. So this is the salary which is declared as abstract over here, and this salary can be redefined by the implement concrete classes. So here in our program which I am going to write, I am only focusing up to this part: university producer, university, UGC, GBPAT employee, tech college and agriculture college employees. Rest you can extend this program for this whole UML notation, and this I am leaving for you. I made the program very simple and concrete by keeping only this part so that you can easily understand the program. So here, to make you better understand about the concept of abstraction, I have provided another layer of abstraction where this GBPAT employee can be abstracted inside the UGC, and this UGC again is abstracted here inside the university, and this university is abstracted again the university producer, and finally this university producer can be accessed. Let's see in the program by which you will have a better understanding of how to write and implement one abstract class. So basically you can see that this is my C++ program, which is the same representation of the UML diagram which you have seen currently. So it is having class GBPRT_employee, which takes one parameter as name, and this is the representation of abstract method, which in C++ is declared as virtual, and declaring it, initializing it by 0 means this is a pure virtual function, means it has no body over here, no definition over here. So this calculate salary is the salary which will be extended by these two colleges to redefine it. So the name is common. So this is the common functionality which is for all those classes, and this is the functionality which will be extended by the other two classes. So here these two classes, they are calculating the salary according to the data provided. So here I am simply writing one print message based on the data passed. Similarly, for the agriculture college also, we are calculating the salary based on the data passed. Here, this column with this class represent that this class is inheriting, extending the functionality of the base class. So this will be the base class, and the inheriting class will be known as the derived class. So this class is inheriting the properties from the base class. So this employee will be common, will automatically be accessed over here, and this calculate salary, these two classes will redefine it over. So finally, as we told that we are having university. University is having two different methods, GBPRT_employee and DU_employee. So since we are not implementing DU_employee, so we have commented it, and we are trying to get it with the help of the parameter passed. Similarly, we are having the class UGC, which is again extending this university, and it's trying to implement the method which is declared as abstract over here. So if the name is a particular employee matches, since I am working for technology college, if somebody passes my name, so it will create the object from here. If somebody passes this name, he is working in agriculture college, so it will be creating the object of this class. And if the object does not match, so it will be creating different objects. Now this is a university producer which gets the university based on the choice. If it is UGC, it will return the UGC. From the UGC, you can get a number of different universities. So this is my main class where I have created the object of this UGC. Based on the UGC, I am getting the employee, GBPRT_employee. This UGC returns me the reference of this university. Based on this university, I am getting the employee class and taking the value of name from the command line. When we are passing the name, if the name matches, it goes and fetch the employee class. From that employee, I am calculating the salary. So let's compile and run this program. You will see what is happening over here. So it is already compiled. Okay, it is asking me to enter the name, so I am entering my name over here, pressing enter. See, salary for technology college employee in process of salary calculation. So since this Ratnesh is in technology college, so it has created this one, and we have got the result over here. Now if suppose again we run for this and we pass here, sorry, we pass here another parameter. So this is for agriculture college. So this program runs fine. Similarly, we may have another program which is written in Java. The same way, class GPPAT imply, here what parameter we are taking, and it is initialized with the help of this constructor. And this is the default method which is declared as abstract, and this is my class which is abstract. So I cannot create the subject of this class, and there are the two different classes. They are, so extend is here for inheriting, and in C++ it is only colon. So finally we are redefining this calculate salary in both these classes. We are having university. With the help of university, there is a method get. We are trying to get the reference of this, and the same way as we did in C++, they are having the same representation as in the C++. And finally, we are creating the object of UGC university by using this, and it is referred by university. And finally, if you run this, you will get the same result. So here, just see it. So here, since I am passing the Ratnesh directly over here, so salary for technology college employee. If suppose if I pass here another parameter, so what happens? It will return me another. Similarly, for Python you can see here. So here again we are having GPPAT imply, and this is passed by one constructor calculate salary. So here this is a representation of abstract method. So here it is throwing one exception. So here calculate salary is redefining these two classes. University, we are having again used here one abstract method. Finally, university producer. So here either you can give these two parentheses, or even if you are not giving the parentheses, it will work. And here giving this parameter in parentheses means this UGC is inheriting to university. So here see, here again GPPAT imply I am passing here inside this class means agriculture college employee is inheriting this GPPAT imply. So what is happening here? I have defined one main method over here. So this main method, since in Python there is no main as in C++ and Java, so it is a normal function as it is. And here this name is a special keyword. So when we try to run the Python program, Python interpreter search the program from zero indentation. So it will be running from the program from here. But prior to running the program from zero indentation, it creates some special keywords. So this is the special keyword which is created by the Python interpreter. So it will find this special keyword which is initialized with this main, and inside this main, this module main is declared. So the interpreter will go over here and it will try to find UGC. From that UGC it will try to find Ratnesh, and from that Ratnesh it will be printing the salary of the employee. Let's try to run this and you will see what is happening over here. It is taking some time, so please have patience. So finally you can see the output over here. Similarly, if we change from Ratnesh to Vivek, you can see the output the same way. So here we got the output if we pass another parameter. That's it. So we have seen like how to create abstract factory representation by using these different languages implementation. Hope that you have understood this concept of abstract factory through abstraction, and I am sure that you will get a better understanding if you will go through these sessions. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.